Good morning to our lecturer, Ponur Haliza. Today, our group will be presenting code for our PBU code rental system, a program allowing users to rent different types of code at Polytechnic Balipula. We'll go through the code step by step, explaining each section and the logic behind it. Before we get into the presentation, let me introduce my group members. I myself, Vassant. My group members consist of Praveen, Monisha, and Vimalaruuben. As for the role and task distribution, I myself organize the task, integrated code, and manage the testing of the code. Praveen created the customer class and ran our discount calculations. Monisha developed the login security and input validation, and she's also created the presentation slide. Vimalaruuben designed output formatting and structured the payment receipt. Now, let me explain the features and wow factors of our program. So, the first feature is the authentication system. The program includes a basic authentication system with a maximum of 3 attempts, providing a layer of security. Number 2, customizable court selection. Users can choose between different types of courts, badminton, futsal, or takraw, with each having a unique rate per hour. Number 3, automated discount calculation. If the rental duration exceeds 2 hours, a 5% discount is automatically applied, enhancing value for the user. Number 4, receipt generation. A well structured receipt is generated, displaying all transaction details in an organized format. Number 5, multi threaded payment processing. The payment is processed in a separate thread, allowing for simulated delays to enhance user experience. And finally, number 6, error handlings. The program includes error handling for invalid inputs, such as incorrect passwords, invalid code codes, and non numeric info for hours or payment. Now, let me explain the wow factor of our code. Number one is the multi-threaded payment processing. Implementing multi-threading to simulate real-time payment processing adds a professional feel to the program, demonstrating advanced programming techniques. Dynamic Number two is the dynamic discount calculation. The automatic application of discounts based on rental duration provides a user-friendly experience that feels rewarding. Number three, interactive user prompts and error feedback. It's a clear prompt guide the user through each step, with feedback on errors like incorrect password or code codes, making it robust and user friendly. Number four, modular and object oriented design. Using classes for each part of the process. Example, PV code rental for receipts, customer for customer details. Make the programming modular and easy to extend. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today we will present our PBU rental system program which calculate and progress rental payment. Our program allows customer to calculate the total rent based on house rented, apply discount and process payment. I walk you through the core structure and the key method in our code. First of all is class overview. Our program has three main classes. PBU code rental. These classes display the receipt header. Rental and abstract, the class that define method for the calculating and display rent. Customer. These class extend rent representing a customer renting a cot. It include properties and method for the rent calculation, display and payment processing. PBU code rental class. The PBU code rental class has a single method display. This method display a simple header for the receipt using print segment. Here what it's look like the output. Rent class. The rent class is an abstract class, meaning it's only contain method signage. It's have two abstract method. Calculate rent for calculate the rental cost. Display for showing the rental details. Being abstract allow us to customize this method in the customer class according to our specific needs. Customer class and construct. Now the main part of code in customer class which extend the rent class. It's an attribute like name, IC number, cut price, house, C payment, rent, and discount. The constructor initialize the customer name, IC, number of hours, and the cut price. This setup helps us pass customer specific information when we create an instance of customer class. Calculate rent method. The calculated rent method does the following. First, it calculates the base rent as our quote price. Then it's apply a 5 discount if the rented hours is more than 2. Finally is subtract the discount from the total rent. Here an example, if a customer rent a cot for 3 hours, they will get 5 discount. If the price per hour is 10 ringgit, the discount is 1 ringgit 50 cent. So after that, display method. The display method output the customer rental details such as customer name, IC rental house, quote rate, discount if capable, total rent before the after the discount. This clear breakdown help customer understand their charges and any discount applied. Process payment method. Next, we have the process payment method. This method accept the payment amount and calculate the balance. The balance is calculated by subtracting the rent from the payment. After showing the balance, it's print a thank you message to the customer. So the last one is in our coding is payment process thread class to simulate real-time payment processing. So we create an inner class called payment processing thread. This class extend thread and use a sleep function to simulate a delay. After a 2-second pause, it's called the process payment method to complete the payment process, making the experience more realistic for users. Starting the payment track. Finally, the start payment track method create a start a payment processing track instance. This method handles the payment processing without blocking another program function, giving the system a smooth user experience. So I want to talk about conclusion. To conclude, this PBU called rental system demonstrate how to calculate rental charges and apply discount. And we talk about payment processing using multi-threading for the real-time effect. That's all from me. Thank you so much.
Nama sejahtera Puan, nama saya Monisha. Main method and authentication. Thank you, presenter 1. Now let's go through the main method which handles users interaction, authentication and processing the code rental. Authentication loop. Our program starts with the password prompt, allowing up to 3 attempts to log in. If the correct password is entered, the user is welcomed with a message displaying the code location and rates. If the password is incorrect after 3 attempts, the user is logged out and the program exists. Let's look at this in code. In this example, the password is set as password 1234 and it's hard coded for simplicity. Displaying code information after a successful login, we display information about our codes. The location Polytechnic Pulau, the available course rates RM4 for badminton, RM5 for futsal, and RM6 for takraw. Here's how the program shows these rates in the output for easy reference by the customer. Collecting customers' details. Next, our program gathers customer information. The customer's name, the customer's IC number. We collect these details right after login, preparing to personalize the rental process. Selecting a code after entering the details, the customer is prompted to choose a code by entering a code code. Court codes BAD for badminton at RM4 per hour, FUT for futsal at RM5 per hour, TAK for takraw at RM6 per hour. If the customer inputs an invalid code, they are prompted to try again with up to 3 attempts allowed. Price assignments based on code choice. Once the code code is entered, the program assigns the perspective hourly rate the code price. For instance, if the code is BAD, code price is set 4. Similarly, FUT sets it to 5 and TAK sets it to 6. This ensures the correct rate is applied to the chosen code. Preparing for the next steps. At this point in our program, the basic setup is complete. We have verified the user's identity, collected customer details, identify the card type and rate. From here, the program can calculate rental charges, display the receipts, and process payment as explained by presenter 1. Conclusion. In summary, my section of the code focuses on user authentication and code information display, input collection for customer details, and code selection. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Now I want to explain about earning invalid codes. I will continue from where we left off and explain the final parts of program. When selecting a code, if the user enter an invalid code, they are notified of the mistake and shown the remaining attempts. If they use up all the three attempts, they are redirected to the login screen and must login again to start over. Here, the code early invalid attempts. This ensures only valid codes are used, creating a smooth experience for the customer entering rental hours. Once the code type is selected, the user enters the number of hours they wish to rent the code. This input is essential for the calculating the total of rental cost. By converting the input to an integer, we ensure it's valid for calculation. Creating a customer instance after collecting the name, IC, code type, and rental hours, we create a new customer instance with this information. The customer class handle calculating the total rental, applying discounts, and processing the payment. Here we call calculate rent to compute the rental charges based on the selected code and hours with any discount applies needed. Displaying the receipt. Once all the details are gathered, we display the receipt either using the preview code rental.display method which presenter one explained earlier. This is a followed by customer display showing the rental details, name, IC hours, code rate, discount and total cost after the discount. The receipt format helps customers verify the details before proceeding with payment. Entering payment amount next, the customer enter their payment amount. We convert the input to a double to handle decimal values, which is helpful for precise payment amount. Processing the payment in a new thread. The final part of our program is starting a new thread to process the payment. We call the start payment thread method to create and run a payment process thread. This feature, as presenter one mentioned, simulates a brief delay for a more realistic payment processing experience. The process payment method calculates the balance and display a thank you message, giving to user a complete transaction summary. This threading feature adds performance by creating a seamless experience for the customer without interrupting the program flow. Error handling. We include error handling to manage unexpected issues. If the end issues reading input or format issues such as non-numeric data in place of numbers, we catch these errors and display an approach.
pre-read message. This ensure program doesn't crash due to common input errors. Conclusion: to summarize, our program provides a complete and user-friendly core rental system. It includes authentication and rental rate display, rental calculation, receipt generation, and payment processing with multi-threading, comprehensive error handling for input validation. Now, output. If user key in wrong password 3 times, the program will provide prompt output as the out below. First, enter the password. Password 1234. If is incorrect password, they give total 3 attempt. First password incorrect, they will give attempt 2. So enter the another password. If this also incorrect password, they will give one attempt left. Still the password is incorrect, the user will lock. If user enter the correct password, the program will display output based as the output below. Enter password. If we enter the password which is correct password, they will show login successful. Welcome to the PBO code rental system. The location they will give address like Polytechnic Balipula PBO Penang Nirai 11000 Balipula Pulaipulan. Code rates per hour. Badminton RM4, Futsal RM5, Takraw RM6. Enter your name.
So this is the output if the user enters the wrong code 3 times. The system will command the user to re-enter the password again to get access as the output below.
So after that, I want to talk about output. So okay, the question is if user enter wrong input for our system will handle the error by using exception handling and display output based as the output below. So the below we are showing our output. So first of all, we must enter the password. Then they will show login successful. Then they will show welcome to PBU code rental system. Then location is Polytechnic Balipulau, Penang Nira, 11000 Balipulau, Pulau Penang. Then they will show code rates. So the per hour. When they will show badminton 4 ringgit, futsal 5 ringgit, and takraw is 6 ringgit. Then we must enter the name. Our name is Vassant. So then after that we must enter the IC number. After that we must enter the code. That means the bad means for the badminton, foot means for the futsal, tak means for the taco. Then we this one enter the bed, so we enter for the badminton. Then we enter rental hours for we put 1 hour. Then we enter. We will show the processing complete. So this is the output. Thank you so much.
So this is the output for number 5. If user enter wrong for payment, the system will handle the error by using exception handling and display output based as the output below. So for example, the from this slide, the user has written the enter payment amount as 5 in a word form. So the output that the user have received is an invalid number entered. Since the out since the input that the user should be added is a number. Thank you. So this will be the last question output. If user enter all input correctly and the program will display output as the output below. So as you can see from the slide, the user entered the right password, which then shows the user a successful login. After that, the user enters their name and IC number, the code, and the rental hour they prefer. This will release a payment receipt. Then the customer have to enter their payment amount and the system will process the payment and bring up balance. The output ends with a thank you. So that's all for my part. Thank you.
Explain how you can engage with society in this assessment. To engage with this society in this assessment, you could try talking to people to understand their opinion or experience related to the topic. This might mean doing surveys, interviews, or reading what people are saying on social media. By including these real world views, your assessment will feel more connected to society and relevant to everyday life. That's all, ma'am, from my group. Thank you so much.